Hey, what's up, Hexkins? David Feeder here again. I couldn't resist to figure just make a follow-up video real quick. I'm gonna show you how to just install Ubuntu real quick. I'm just using a virtual machine. This isn't my actual validator box, so it's so I'm not sure exactly which key you press when you first turn on your Intel NUC. If it's F12 or delete to actually boot off the USB stick. I'll have to show that in a different video. I'm gonna try to figure out like a tripod or a camera or something so I can actually set up my validator and like show you the real thing. But for now, I'm just gonna simulate what it's like to install Ubuntu. So we're just gonna pretend this is a validator, and we pretend we put the little USB stick in, then we turn it on, and then this is what we get. Let me see if I can kind of zoom this for you guys. Awesome. All right, cool. So this is basically what it'll look like for you guys. Let's see if I can just pull that right there. Awesome. All right, cool. So once it boots off the stick, this is what you get. And it says, we're just going with the default. We want to try or install Ubuntu. I'm just going to hit enter. And then it's booting off the USB stick. So most of this, we're just going to be clicking next, basically, and it's mostly waiting screens. So, but I just wanted to show this to you guys real quick because it's pretty easy. This is how you basically set up the operating system for your validator for the first time, and then it's going to install onto the 4 terabyte hard drive. All right, cool. So this is the main window. We want to install Ubuntu. This will put it on the 4 terabyte hard drive that we got. Let's see if I can actually, now we can't see. Maximize that. All right, cool. So sorry, it's a little scrunched, but we're gonna go ahead and just click next for languages English. So now it's asking for updates and other software. For this one, I'm gonna go with the minimal installation here, which just is a web browser and your basic utilities. We don't need Office software or games or media players. This is our validator. We're not doing any of that stuff on here. But Firefox will be nice, and basic utilities, the terminal, stuff like that. So I'm going with minimal, just to have less crap installed. Maybe a little safer. If one of these ever had some exploit in the future, it's just better to have less is more in this case. So I'm going minimal. Normal would be fine, but minimal is just cleaner, smaller. We'll go ahead. We'll do we'll download the updates, and I'm gonna skip the third-party graphics and Wi-Fi and stuff. Don't really need it for this. You could do it. I'm sure it's fine, but for me, especially on this virtual machine here, we don't really need it. And if I do need drivers on my main validator, I'll install them myself, or I'll go through the actual wizard once this is installed. So I'm gonna leave this unchecked. We're gonna go ahead and continue. Okay, so I was already filming this earlier, so what I'm doing is we're going to erase what's already on the hard drive, and I'm going to reinstall. For you guys at home, you're just going to pick install from scratch. And then you just hit install now. And this is warning you, it's going to erase the hard drive, that 4 terabyte Western Digital that we put in there. It's already blank, but it's just warning you that it's going to erase it, and it's going to format it, and it's going to use that hard drive. So we're going to say, okay, great, continue. Cool. Pick time zone, East Coast, cool. My name. So for this, I would recommend anything but regular admin. So I do ADMXN. You can call it whatever you want. Put your name, whatever. Then we're going to name the computer. You can call it whatever you want, doesn't matter. I'm just going to go PulseChain -validator. Okay, my username is admin with an X. Just pick a password. And this is going to be your password to log in. We're going to leave that checked, require my login every time for security. And then click continue. And now it's installing. And you can even click on this little thing here and I'll actually show you the process and all the little nerd text if you're interested. But basically now we just sit here and wait, and it's copying everything that's on our USB stick, and then it's putting it onto the hard drive. And then once it's done here, it'll probably do some updates, probably reboot, and then in your real validator, once this is all done, you would pull out the stick after it's rebooted. And that's about it. And then you're in Linux, and then we'll see the desktop here. So hopefully this goes pretty quick for us so I can show you guys now. And then after that, you can just save the little USB stick, or you can go use it for something else. Once we're done with this, once everything's installed here, we'll be pretty much done with it. So yeah, so we just kind of let this cook, and then we'll go ahead and log in. But that's pretty much it. This is the bulk of the installation. We already did the hard part. And then once I actually get my real validator up and running, maybe I'll use my cell phone as like a cam, and I'll try to show you guys, like when I first turn it on, what the screen says, and like if I have to push F12 for the boot menu. When you first turn it on, you're going to want the boot menu, and then we're going to pick the USB stick. So that'll be the only thing I couldn't really show you here. All right, it's cooking right along. And this will take some time. So when you're doing this for yours, you can go, once you hit this part, go get a sandwich or a drink or something. You can go take a break. It's just installing all the packages and all the software. So, but I'm super excited. This is awesome. And I'm confident that the build we picked is going to work well, because a lot of the Ethereum stakers have been using our exact build for their validators, except they had even less hard drive space and less RAM. They were doing like 32 gigs and 2 terabyte hard drives. So we doubled that. I took whatever the ETH guys are doing, and I basically doubled it. So that's how I got to all the stuff I bought. Just so we have extra space, extra power. I mean, PulseChain is faster, so I don't know if there really is that much resource consumption because of that. Probably not. But I figured, let's just go big. Plus, hopefully this will last, I'm hoping for 5 years out of the 4 terabyte hard drive we bought and everything. That'd be great, to get 5 years life out of it, 3 at the minimum. All right, cool. It's all done. So now we go ahead and we just click restart. And this says, please remove the installation medium, then press enter. So this is where you go ahead and reach over to your validator and pull the USB stick out and remove it. For me, I think I have to... All right, it automatically ejected the image. All right, cool. So then we just press enter. Now it's going to reboot. And now it's should bring us to the Ubuntu login screen. I hope. Yeah. Why don't we, let's do a reset. Uh-oh. No way. Oh, I think I know what's wrong. Looks like it's restoring itself with Linux. There we go. There we go. So a reboot or two, a little patient. This is a virtual machine, so it's running in Windows, so it's a little wonky. But there we go. Then we log in for the first time. Cool. All right. So this is it. So this is Ubuntu. This is the desktop. All right. So we'll go ahead and we're going to skip all these online accounts. We're going to Ubuntu Pro. Yeah, they have like a paid subscription on their website. But we're going to skip that. And no, I don't want to send my info. No, I don't want to turn on location. We're ready to go. Great. Cool. Awesome. Okay. So that's it. So there we go. This is Ubuntu. This is the desktop. So then from here, the first thing I do is we're going to go to the software updater and let's just patch everything. Let's just update the whole system, whatever's on here. We'll do that first. Maybe it'll ask for a reboot. Let's just get this out of the way. Updated software has been issued. Yes, I want to install now. Yep. So let's just get to the latest version of everything because it doesn't apply all the patches when you install from the CD or USB. So let's just go ahead here and just patch everything. It comes with Firefox pre-installed, so we can use that later for if we need to use MetaMask to generate keys or to if you want to do the transaction. Yeah, I would. That being said, do not web browse on this thing. Don't use it like a normal computer. This is your validator. You should almost never log into it unless something is wrong. Once it's set up and running, you really just, you just leave it. It just runs. And then the other big program we're going to be using for most of the commands is going to be the terminal. So you just click on this, and then we're going to click on terminal. And that gives you the old-fashioned, command prompt where we type in commands. This is what we're going to be using later to go through the actual setting up the validator. It's going to be copy and paste. The ETH guys already have documentation online. I'm going to try to go ahead and make one specifically for Pulse with step-by-step instructions. I might make a Git book because I think that's what all those people are using for the docs websites. So it's, proper documentation. Because we don't have that right now. Like the GitLab for the PulseChain, a lot of it just links you to the Ethereum documentation. So you gotta put the pieces together. You know what I mean? You have to translate. So I'll be poking around at that, and that'll be coming soon. Says this computer is up to date. Cool. So that's how we install Ubuntu and basically get everything prepped and ready to go. All right, so the next videos hopefully will be from a live validator, and I'll show you the commands. All right, guys, I will catch you soon. All right, bye.